I've been a grocery delivery driver in this small, fog-choked town for nearly a decade. Nothing too glamorous, just loading bags into my 2007 Civic, listening to true crime podcasts, and dropping off stuff for folks too old, busy, or lazy to shop themselves. Most of my clients are normal, lonely, talkative. Some try to tip me in crocheted coasters or overripe bananas. But there's one delivery I get every single Friday at 7 p.m. that's been gnawing at the edges of my sanity. Her name is Mrs. Halperin, and she hasn't aged a day since I first saw her. The first time I delivered to her, I remember thinking she looked like a 40-something actress playing a 70-year-old in a soap opera. Silky gray hair, perfectly maintained. Skin smooth with the faintest crow's feet at the eyes, like she smiled a lot, but never too much. She wore the same cream cardigan every time, even in July. Her order never changed. Same list. Same handwriting on the request form. Always included: 1 bottle of rose water, a loaf of rye bread, 7 apples, a slab of pork belly, and 2 candles, white, unscented, 10 inches tall. She always answered the door before I even knocked. The first year, I thought nothing of it. Routine is routine, especially in a place where half the buildings are older than the telephone. But around year 2, I started noticing weird things. Once, in the middle of winter, I was running 15 minutes late. Ice storm. I slipped getting out of the car and dropped the bag on her porch. One of the candles cracked in half. I rang the bell. No answer. Just when I turned to leave, the door creaked open a few inches. "Did you break one of the candles?" Her voice wasn't angry. More tense. Like a violin string pulled too tight. "Yeah, sorry, the driveway." She opened the door wider. No longer tense. Just flat. "I'll need you to come inside and fix it." I hesitated. Her house was warm, dimly lit, smelled like cloves and lemon peel. Something about it made me feel like a child about to be scolded. There was a small table in the hallway. On it were dozens of burnt-down candle stubs, precisely arranged. I replaced the broken one, aligning it with the rest. She nodded. "Thank you. That was very important." Then she gave me an envelope of cash, double what she usually tipped. I didn't argue. Years passed. She never changed. When I hit 5 years of deliveries, I joked, "You've got the best anti-aging secret in town, Mrs. Halperin." She smiled politely, but said nothing. Her eyes, though, they flickered, just for a second, to the edge of her doorframe, like someone was standing just out of view. After that, I stopped making jokes. One night, this kid from the next town overtook my shift. I had food poisoning and begged someone to cover me. He came back the next day, pale and shaken. "Dude," he said, "she made me redo the entire delivery. Wouldn't let me leave until everything was laid out on the table in a circle, even the apples. And she kept saying stuff in some other language under her breath. Latin, I guessed." He shook his head. Sounded older. He refused to go back. Called her the candle lady after that. Last Friday, everything changed. I was getting ready to leave her house when I saw something that chilled my blood. On the mantel above her fireplace was a framed photo, the first one I'd ever seen in her home. It was dusty, like it hadn't been touched in years. In the picture, a little girl, maybe 8 years old, wearing an old-fashioned dress, smiling, and standing beside her was Mrs. Halperin, looking exactly the same. Only, the photo was dated 1971. I stared too long. "You have a lovely family," I said, testing her. She walked over, turned the photo face down. "No family left. Not anymore." Her voice was quieter than usual, almost sad. Then she handed me an extra bag. "Do me a favor," she said. "Take this to 42, Carol Lane." I blinked. "That's not on your usual route." She looked at me like I was a child again. "Just do it. Knock 3 times. Say, from the Halperin line. Then leave it on the step." The bag was heavier than I expected. Inside, a raw heart, wrapped in butcher paper. No ice. I didn't ask questions. When I got to 42 Carol Lane, I saw that the house had been condemned. Windows boarded. Yard overgrown. The porch sagged under my weight. I knocked 3 times. "From the Halperin line," I said, voice barely above a whisper. No answer. But when I turned to leave, I heard a deep, wet sound from inside the house. Something moving. I drove away and didn't stop until I got home. Every time I blinked that night, I saw that photo again. The little girl. The woman who didn't age. The candle stubs. This morning, I got a call from my dispatcher. "You're off the Friday route now," she said. Mrs. Halpern requested a new driver. Why? She said you're too curious. I don't know what I did. I don't know what any of it means. But last night, I went to bed late, and at 7 p.m. sharp, my doorbell rang. No one was there. Just a white candle on my welcome mat. Unlit. Edit, I lit the candle tonight. I don't know why. Curiosity, maybe. It smells like rose water. And something burning. I think I made a mistake.